All right, y'all, so we're gonna go over the CLP and we're gonna look at a timeline. We're gonna be starting from now and we're gonna be going to the end of the semester, which is titled as then on this piece of paper. So make sure that you read the prompt before or after reading the video. You could even read it beforehand to make sure that you know what you're doing for homework. So you'll notice that we have weeks down here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other weeks. Some big highlights in here. During week 18, you all graduate from the All-Star School. So that's some big picture, exciting stuff that happens on week 18. From now until graduation, we have all of these weeks of academic classes, and we're going to be spending the majority of time working on our culminating leadership projects. So week 12 and 13, we are starting now with culminating leadership projects. And something that you might not know about the culminating leadership project is that we are going to be waiting until week 14 to be making a decision of what your CLP is. We are going to be waiting that long because in weeks 12 and 13, we're going to be really brainstorming and helping you all identify some passions. So during this time, we are going to be identifying passions in week 12 and 13. You might remember that in our activity that we did today in class, that passion was one of the main components of creating a successful CLP. And we're defining a successful CLP as one that's realistic and get done at home. So when we identify passions, we're really asking yourself, what lights your fire? So when thinking about this, right, we're going to be thinking about all sorts of different things. But we're really going to try to identify what gets us super excited, right? What gets us stoked? What lights your fire? Okay, so when we talk about this, we're going to be specifically doing a couple different things. We're going to be doing really specific journal entries revolving around our CLP. We're going to be looking at a book that is originally called Design Your Life. And when we look at these books, we're going to be doing a lot of these books, but instead of life, we're going to be designing our CLPs. So we're going to be doing a lot of different activities from these journals and this book, Designing Your Life, over the next 2 weeks. Week 14, we know we're going to decide our CLPs. And in order to decide, we're going to have multiple ideas. And we're going to be brainstorming ideas, and ultimately we're going to be deciding on one. So when we decide on one, we're going to be using our families, our friends, and our community to make sure that we choose a CLP that is going to be successful. So if you remember aligning those passions, that purpose, and resources as well. During this time, we are going to have one-on-one conferences with me to really map out your CLPs. So one-on-one conferences. Okay, so we'll be having one-on-one conferences. And after having our one-on-one conferences, we're going to be moving into weeks 15 and 16. So this is where things really start to get exciting. In 15, we're really going to start designing our CLPs. So when we're designing our CLPs, this is when we really start writing out our plan, okay? So we're going to design. The reality is that we're here at the All-Star School, or you all are at home, and so we're actually going to have the opportunity to design more of our CLPs than any other semester has before because you all have the opportunity to be at home. So we're going to be designing our CLPs when we're designing our CLPs, we're going to be doing a couple different things. One super exciting thing, at least I think it's really exciting, is that you all are going to make these really awesome Adobe Spark pages. So the Adobe Spark pages are similar to Canva if you used it before, but they are a really cool online platform that will enable you to design a really cool project and have a website to advertise. So we'll be using Adobe Spark to build out a web page. And on this web page, things that we're going to include are mission statements, abstracts, and a general plan. Now, something that's important about our general plan is that we actually can't plan too much because so much of it is dependent on who you're going to partner with, what your specific project is, COVID-19. There's so many things up in the air. So when we have a general plan, we're going to be thinking of the plan that can happen no matter what, no matter what's going on with COVID-19, no matter what your summer looks like, and we're going to be really making these general things. This is what's going to happen no matter what. So we're going to end here with a pretty awesome plan. In week 16, we are going to be selling our projects. So when I say selling, I mean it kind of figuratively and literally. We're going to be putting together an elevator pitch. And if you don't know what an elevator pitch is, it is a 1 minute, well, it's actually 1 minute, so 1 minute and a half. It's a 60-second overview of your project, okay? And you're gonna be speaking, you're gonna be giving a little speech at a podium. All right, and when you give this pitch, you're going to be giving this pitch to a variety of people. So the people that you're going to be giving your pitch to, it's often, almost always, the Byerlys, other school administrators. This year, because we're doing these virtually, we also have the opportunity to have alumni call in, and your CLP ideas and your ability to sell your pitch is going to be given in an elevator pitch, and it's actually a competition, and you are literally selling, because what's really exciting is that you can win money. All right, you can win anywhere from $50 to $200 for your projects. And this $50 or $200, you're given a check, and that check you use towards your project, you cash it, and you use it however you need for your project. So it is a competition. We spend all week doing these elevator pitches, and realize that these elevator pitches are at the end of those weeks that we're spending on our CLPs. So we're going to really have time to identify our passions. We're going to really decide our project, and we're going to have those one-on-one conferences to make sure it's a great idea. We're going to spend a week designing it, a little bit of those details, having some really awesome modes of selling and advertising our project. Then we're going to sell it, and you'll have that opportunity to get some money out of that. There's about 8 students that are awarded money, and remember, this is, I know, interesting. It's either $50 to $200. So $200 is usually one person, 50 is 4 people usually, and there's some amounts in between. So that's pretty much it for our CLP. After our CLP, weeks 17 and 18 are really going to be focused on wrapping up our capstone class into a nice little box. So we're going to be doing our final projects. Our final projects include writing a philosophy of leadership, as well as a manifesto. And I'm not going to go too far into these projects because we're going to go into those later. So we have our philosophy of leadership, a manifesto. Week 18 is graduation. Can't forget, you know what these are. Finals. We'll have a final in this class. That'll to be determined, but don't worry, it's not like an actual class, or I'm sorry, an actual test. So these are some really exciting things that are coming down the pipeline in leadership class. Hopefully you have a good idea of what the CLP project is going to consist of over these next 5 weeks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we'll be really spending on our CLPs. One more thing to keep in mind is there is a continuation after this then. So after you end your semester, and the continuation is called the Culminating Leadership Project Practicum course. So it happens fall of 2020. Fall of 2020 means that it's the next fall, so you will either be a junior or a senior, the fall of your junior or senior year. You're going to be mentored by an All-Star School faculty to complete your CLP. So the idea is that you're offered mentorship. It's not going to be me because this is my last year at the All-Star School. I don't know who it's going to be, but I know that they're going to do a great job. This class is a mix between online learning as well as conference calling. So you all are really well set up having done this virtual learning. The CLPP, it's an optional 0.5 credit, so you do get credit for the class, and surprise to some of you, maybe not to others, you are already pre-enrolled. So every single one of you, when you signed your contract, you pre-enrolled in this fall 2020 class. You can withdraw from the class, and we'll get into all those details during our final week of class, but you need to know that that's happening, and you have support in completing your project next fall. All right, y'all, that's an overview of the CLP process. Please make sure that you follow up with the homework assignment attached to this video. It goes on a discussion board in my school app. I'll see you tomorrow.